Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video over on PrizePicks. I got my 3 favorite plays over here and also got a 2-man bonus parlay that we're going to lock in another app. But first up, before we get any picks, do me a huge favor, drop a like on this one. It takes you 2 seconds, completely free. So go ahead and do that. And now let's talk about, and by the way, 30 likes, I'm dropping a bonus pick in tomorrow's video. So you guys want to get 30 likes? Let's go ahead and do that. Now, let's talk about the games we got today because, man, these games look like some bangers yet again. Honestly, this day was pretty good. Portugal-Croatia was a banger game. Switzerland-Algeria hasn't started yet. We never know what could happen there. I'm recording this, trying to get the video out early for you guys. And then what's going on in today's action? We've got Australia, Egypt, Argentina, Cabo Verde. Honestly, pretty mid matchups, honestly. But then we got Colombia and Ghana, which I think is going to be an absolute masterclass of a game. We will see how that one goes. Should be elite stuff. And now let's talk about the recap from the day before. This is one thing I will always do. Whether we win every single play, whether we lose every single play, no matter what happens, I'm going to come on here and I'm going to recap what happened yesterday because the most important thing is transparency. And if you guys don't care about any of that, you can skip ahead to the picks, be my guest. Let's talk about what happened yesterday, man, because yet again, on the YouTube slip, we had another huge day. We locked in Livakovic on the over on passes. He got the job done. I told you guys, Oyarzabal makes no sense this low. Absolutely no sense. Bro easily doubled his line, almost tripled his line, honestly. What a banger slip right there. And I would wish I was recording a 4 out of 4 right now, but these guys haven't yet kicked off, so this is all I can recap. I thought I could watch the game, but I'd rather get this video out early for you guys, so let's talk about it. Now, over on the VIP, another great day, honestly. We had a bunch of CS2 setups like this where we're taking correlated 2-mans, 2 guys on the same team on the over together or on the under together. In this case, it was on the over together, right? I don't know if I can zoom in and see this. But this is esports, which is basically betting on video games. I know a lot of you guys are here probably just to talk about soccer picks, but if I'm gonna be straight up with you, man, I've been playing on PrizePicks for like 4 or 5 years now, and esports are 100% a avenue that a lot of people don't take, but it is immensely profitable if you just learn a little bit and start profiting from it. And this is what I do to the VIP guys. I just send out esports picks, 4-man plays like these. You don't even have to understand what's going on in the game, but we can get in a lot of plays like this where we're greening out 2-mans, greening out 2-mans. This was one of the most unlucky things of all time. Vitinha literally has like 60 passes at halftime, and then for some stupid reason, even though he's the best player on the team, they sub him out in like the 60th minute. It makes no sense to me. This should have been an easy 4 out of 4. But, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes you're going to get lucky. Sometimes you're going to get unlucky. It is what it is. Also, greened out this one, except for Sven at the end. This was kind of a rough play. Like, these guys were supposed to lose the game. They were like plus 600 or something, and they ended up winning the map. But it is what it is, guys. Overall, our strategies are working. Like, our esports correlated 2-mans. It's the same exact thing like I was talking about yesterday and like I talk about every single day, man. It looks like we're taking 4 different picks here. Let's look at this middle slip, for example. It looks like we're taking 4 different picks. We're actually just taking a 2-man. All we want is for this team, which is Lynn Vision, to have a long game or a good game. In this case, if they have a long game, which they did, they will both end on the over, easy. And if Switzerland, in this case, controls possession, that's all we need. We need one thing to happen, which is for Switzerland to control possession. If they have a lot of the ball, then both Xhaka and Akanji will go on the overs. And this is not always going to be guaranteed they go green, green, or red, red, because, of course, sometimes they're going to sub out their best player for no apparent reason. But this is kind of the strategy, and it is correlated 4-mans, and the 4-man becomes a 2-man if you're taking 2 correlated duos. Now, let's talk about the plays for today. We're going to start it off over on Rebet, man, and we're locking in a little bit of a 2-leg lay right here. We got Argentina over Cabo Verde. This is not going to surprise a lot of you guys, right? But we're just taking Argentina to win the game, you know, in regular time, right? No extra time, not Argentina to advance. That's obviously going to happen. Hopefully. This is just Argentina to win in regular time, and that's just leg 1 of the lay. Leg 2 is going to be Colombia to advance in regular time against Ghana right here. So I think Colombia can easily get like a 1-0, maybe a 2-1 type deal here against Ghana. And to advance in regular time, as long as that one doesn't go to extra time or Ghana advances, we green this out for a -159. I quite like both of these two teams, the 2 South American teams, to go ahead and get the job done against 2 African teams. So yeah, we will see how this one goes. And by the way, man, if you're not on Rebet yet, genuinely, what are you doing? Because Rebet is offering a $100 purchase match, right? A lot of apps do this, but it's just worth maxing it out on every single app, right? Like if you got 10 apps that are offering you a free $100 each, you might as well just, you know, get your free $1,000. It's not that difficult, you know, just sign up on every single app. And a lot of you guys are not on Rebet, and you are in one of these orange states right here. So if you're not in, you know, if you're not on Rebet yet and you're in one of these states, bro, lock in. Takes you 2 seconds. Well, maybe it takes you like 5 minutes, honestly. I'm so used to saying 2 seconds. It takes like 5 minutes to hop on Rebet, use code FFBAM when you lock in. And once you get $100 purchase match, that means if you put in 20 bucks, you're starting off with 40 bucks. If you put in 50 bucks, they're starting it off with 100 bucks. And if you put in 100 bucks, which is what I recommend, max it out, might as well. If you put in $100, you're starting off with $200 in your account. So everything that you put in, to start using, you already made that back, right? So instant profit right there. And once you guys use code FFM, I'm also getting you on for 2 months of the VIP for completely free. No reason not to be on there, Mail. Just lock in. Now, let's talk about the PrizePicks plays today because these are our 2-leg lay that we're taking over on Rebet. You guys can tail this one. And if you want to get on Rebet, super easy, bro. Just DM me the word 919-307-1980. I'll get back to you. Text me like, literally 2 seconds to send you guys the link and we can go ahead and get locked in now. Let's get into the plays for today. Oh, I forgot to talk about the Discord too. The Discord is also where I drop in bonus plays for you guys. So many good plays on the Discord, and we got over, I think, 1,500 members in here. Started at I think 2 or 3 months ago. So no reason not to be in the Discord, bro. Just join up. It's the top link in the comments. And now let's get into the picks for today. So we are going to go over, we're actually bypass the Australia and Egypt game. I might drop a pick on that on the Discord. We're going to go straight to the Argentina game. And we're taking Lionel Messi on the under and Rodrigo de Paul on the under right here. You guys will notice this line for Rodrigo de Paul is at 77.5, right? But I sent this out to the Discord like 2 days ago or 1 day ago, and it was at 85.5. So that means we got an 8-pass bump immediately. Everybody on the Discord locked in before the value was gone. Before the value was gone, right? Am I saying the value is gone here? No. But it's obviously still valuable, but it's not going to be as valuable, right? What if he gets 80 passes? Then everybody who locked it in early cashes out. Everybody who locked it in late today misses out, right? And the reason this is bumping down, and the reason this is such a good play, honestly, 85, I think this was an elite play. I still like it at 70, 77 right here. But let's just look at what happens when Argentina plays like this, right? Look at where DePaul is playing. He is quite literally playing in the right midfielder position. This is the entire Argentina lineup. He's all the way out there. He's not the one in the center, getting a lot of passes, right? The way that it works is if you are towards the middle, you're going to get more passes. And if you are towards the defense, you're going to get more passes. So that's why these guys, the center backs, right? Or the center defensive midfielders, or the center midfielders in this case, right? Are going to get the most passes, right? The outside defenders are going to get less passes than the inside defenders. The outside attackers are going to get less passes than the outside defenders, right? The more outside and the more attacking you push on the formation, you're going to get less and less and less passes, right? So if we look at how DePaul has been doing this tournament, he's been playing absolutely perfectly for his role. His role is not to be the guy in the middle of the formation getting a ton of passes. It's just not that, right? He's getting 50 passes very consistently, and he got 0 against Jordan because they already won the group. There was no need for him to play. Messi, on the other hand, hasn't hit this line either. I loved Messi's line so much when it was up at 54, 55, or whatever it was yesterday. But guys, we're still locking it in here. 47.5, definitely still taking it. He hasn't hit this at all. 37, 40, and 21. Also, need I say again, this is Cabo Verde. If Argentina go up 3-0 in the first half, which is entirely possible, right? Look at what happened with Spain just yesterday, right? Spain were up, 1-0 at half and then 2-0, right before that water break. And then they subbed out a lot of their good players, right? Yamal came off, Olmo came off, Pedri came off, Baena came off. If Argentina are up, even just 2-0 on a team like Cabo Verde, they're going to take Messi off. There's no reason for him to stay on there, especially because we know who they're going to go ahead and play up against next, right? They will play. I guess they will know by the time they play the game, right? There's no reason for Messi to go ahead and continue playing against a really, really rough team, a team that is just happy to be in the knockout stages, honestly. It's a miracle they're even here. If Messi goes out there, he'll probably only play 50 to 60 minutes, maybe even get subbed out before that second water break around that 65 to 70 minutes. And 47.5 passes for a guy who literally plays attacker, even though it's Messi, man. Even though it's Messi, it's high. The only way I see this cashing, and I said this in my Discord post as well, the only way I see this cashing, the only game script, is if the game goes to extra time in a 0-0 battle. So if Cabo Verde, who, yes, they held against Spain, right? But if Cabo Verde can hold a 0-0 draw against Argentina, who looked like one of the strongest offenses in the entire tournament, not named France, to a 0-0 draw, like I said before, then these plays will not hit. That is the only scenario. The most likely thing that will happen is that Argentina are going to go out there and going to blow right by him, score 2 goals super early, right? Then Messi's probably going to come off, or even if he doesn't come off, they're going to be much more chill on the ball, much more relaxed. Probably not going to need the ball too much. If it's a 0-0 draw, you better believe Argentina is having that ball for every second of the game. So as long as that doesn't happen, we're fine here. And the clutch thing is that if the ball doesn't hit, Messi probably won't hit either, right? We're taking two guys on the same team on the unders together. So if, Argentina as a whole controls the ball less than projected, obviously they're going to have more majority possession. But if it's less than projected, then they'll both hit the unders right here. So I absolutely love these two plays. And now let's get into the last play of the day. Well, drop a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button because I drop plays on here every single day. It's Luis Diaz, man. And I like so many of these Diaz lines. I like his pass attempts at 30.5. I like his shot assists at 1.5. I do not like his fantasy score at 17.5. That seems ridiculously high. This looks like a very similar board to what Oyarzabal was looking at. I guess he's taking more dribbles, but this seems a little high to me. This is the play we're taking. Luis Diaz at 3 shots. This one should be a very, very good play. If we think about how Colombia play versus how Ghana play, right? Ghana have one of the strongest identities of any team at the World Cup. The way they play is they are going to defend. Period. End of story. They're going to defend and they're going to try to score on you on the counterattack, right? This is the way they played against England. And honestly, it should have been 1-0 in favor of Ghana, or at least 1-1, if the refs just called that ridiculously blatant foul that Konsa did on the Ghana attacker. I believe it was Semenyo, I forgot who it who was through on goal, right? The point I'm talking here, the reason I'm getting into this, right, is when Ghana played England, which I can go ahead and pull this up for you guys. When Ghana played England, it was a 0-0 draw, and what happened was England had 78% possession and 19 shots. Only 4 of those were on target because England had a horrible day there. But the point is, Ghana was playing full defense, and then when they attack, they are just going to use their ridiculously pacey players in Ayew and Semenyo, who's insanely fast, and Inaki Williams, who is just one of the fastest players in the tournament, right? They're going to use these guys to just run at your back line. That's the only way these guys are going to play. They set up at a 5-4-1, which means all their guys are going to defend. They're just going to sit there, defend. And then they're going to try to hit you on the counterattack. And then once they go up by 1, if they go up by 1, they're going to sit there in a low block like they always do and continue to defend. Now, what does this mean? This means that Colombia players are going to have a lot of the ball. They are going to be the ones basically just given a lot of time. Ghana's going to go, okay, you guys go attack us, right? Show us what you got. In this case, Colombia's Luis Diaz will be one of those guys to take a lot of those shots. They're going to have to put the pressure on Ghana, and they're going to have all the time in the world to try to break down the Ghana defense. Ghana's just going to sit there and go, we don't think you can break us down. And they were right up against England, right? England got really just one good chance, which Kane skied over the ball to Rosette. So absolutely love this play for Luis Diaz here. 3 shots. I think this one is a very, very good spot. And he also has hit this in the last 2 games. And look at this. Both of these games, against Portugal and against Congo, what happened in both of those games? They were both very, very close games. Here, I'll show you guys. They were both very, very close games that ended 0-0 and 1-0. 0-0 against Portugal, where they had 26 shots, right? Colombia controlled possession. They controlled a lot of the good chances in this game. 0-0, right? This is exactly the same game script we were talking about. I don't know why I can't find this. Against Congo, it was 0-0 for 75 minutes, man. Congo played the exact same way that Ghana's going to play today. They're just going to continue to defend, and they're going to try to hit you on the counter with fast players like Wissa, right? And Bakambu right here. These guys are ridiculously fast. They're going to try to hit you on the counter like that, and they're just going to sit there and defend, right? And what happened in this game? Luis Diaz this says only got 2 shots. He got 5 shots according to PrizePicks. So I don't know. I'd rather trust PrizePicks than Google. So forget about that Google thing. The point is, he had a lot of possession, and that turned into a lot of shots for Luis Diaz, who is by far and away the best player on this Colombian team. So absolutely love these 3 plays, man. Hopefully that made sense to you guys. If you got any of your own picks that you like, drop it in the chat. If you got, any questions about these strategies, the correlation, right? How I'm saying that even though this is 3 picks, it's actually just 2 picks, right? All we need is really Argentina to control the ball less than projected and Luis Diaz to hit 3 shots, right? These are 2 separate picks, not 3 separate picks, right? If that makes sense to you, or if it doesn't make sense to you, drop a question in the chat. I'll go ahead and answer it. But yeah, these are the 3 plays. Please, for the love of God, do not take this as a flex play, bro. Flex plays on PrizePicks when they're 3-mans are absolutely horrible. 3-man flex play is the worst entry of all time. So take it as a power play, 5x, very, very good. And yeah, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all watching the video, and let's make some money on the World Cup on Friday.